Hyena. Published by Changed Wiki, fandom. The hyena, Li Go Liegoyu, is a hyena-like creature, and the only optional boss in the game. She appears near the flooded aquatic area in the game's special edition. Appearance. The hyena is a massive anthropomorphic hyena with red eyes and a light blue and white tuft of hair on her head, and has dark areas of color consisting of dark brown on her fur, with clown-like markings on her eyes that may possibly be scars. Her ears are round, similar to a snow leopard, and has feminine parts like the female versions of many creatures. Her children are all identical, smaller copies of herself. Behavior. It is heavily implied that the hyena can only transfer by scratching other humans. The hyena is a mother who is very protective of her children, attacking Colin in fear of him being a threat to her children, although he really means no harm as later shown. In fact, by finishing her boss fight, leaving, and returning to her den, she will gladly pat the protagonist on the head. She is incredibly agile and large, however is easy to trip and outwit. Despite having a more friendly attitude later on, her and her children will do nothing to help Colin when one of her pets are on his head. The hyena child laying down and showing their buttocks does react shocked if Colin runs up to them, however. Trivia. The hyena looks to be similar to the height of Dragon King when sitting vertically. This is the second boss to have their minions shocked after the defeat, the first being Wolf King. The hyena's transfer has a 50-50 chance of being female or male. She is the fastest boss in the game so far to attack. After beating the hyena, by re-entering her room after battling her going onto her pillow, she can give head pats without transferring the human. Aside from Behemoth, who technically doesn't count considering it's made up of many smaller creatures, she may be the second largest, supposedly, latex creature, with the first probably being the Elder One. She is the only optional boss currently in the game. If she transfers Colin, he becomes her only child who isn't an exact duplicate like the rest of her children, sporting a different hairstyle akin to his prior to infection with no highlights, blue eyes, shorts still intact, and a scar in a different spot. The hyena child that sits upright and watches Colin is a persona of Dunk, one of the game's programming aids. After beating the hyena, Colin can spank one of her children who shakes their behind at him. This can be done at any time, but is safest after the fight. She was once human, as answered by Dragon Snow in their 2023 Q&A, at timestamp 2 hours 18 minutes and 0 seconds.